Donc, on a 5 indépendance de Yoff vis-à-vis du Cayor, indépendance du village de Yoff vis-à-vis du Cayor en 1748.
So he just said about the independence of Yoff, the village of Yoff, in 1748.
ndax boo seetee Yoff mooy dëkk bi nga xam ne daanaka moo doon le village pilote dans la presqu'île du Cap-Vert.
Because if you look at it at the peninsula of Cape Verde, the village of Yoff was the pilot.
Parce que bari na ku ne ci presqu'île du Cap-Vert bu ñu tuddee sa maam rek mu ngi jóge Yoff sa descendance.
Yeah, because there is a lot of people who live in Yoff in maanaam ci Cap Vert.
waaw
In at the almost island of Cape Verde, if they talk about your ancestor, they all came in Yoff.
booba jamono aussi Yoff di dëkk boo xam ne bii dëkku coutume la.
At that time, Yoff was a coutume village.
muy coutume bu wér coutume lébu bu wér a wér a wér.
And he was a very strong Lebu's coutume.
muy coutume boo xam ne bii képp kuy lébu ci Yoff ngay ñëw jëggaan ca coutume maanaam ci ngay jàngi coutume.
And the coutume of Yoff was very strong. Then many Lebu's people, if they want to learn coutume, they always came to Yoff to learn from the Lebus in Yoff.
di dëkku culture aussi.
And then it's also cultural village.
di dëkku diine aussi.
It's also religious village.
dëkk bu yàgg ci culture ak diine ak cosaan.
And then it's a village who have a religion and culture and coutume from long time.
bokk ci dëkk yi nga xam ne aussi presque lu Cap-Vert coutume am kenn du ko lam-laamee.
And then
ñëpp ci d'accord.
At the almost island of Cape Verde, Yoff village is one of those villages that everybody trusts the religion and how religious and how cultural and how the coutume is very strong in Yoff.
donc dëkk bu mel noonu am loolu lépp du nangu ko ko yàpp.
And if a village or community they have something like that, they never gonna like to be in an operation.
muy dëkk boo xam ne li ñuy wax les frais anam muy frais mooy xale yi nga xam ne ñoo di des militaires des soldats des milices et consorts ñi nga xam ne ñooy sécurité dëkk ñoo yor sécurité dëkk bi mu di système boobu ñuy wax système fare muy mbootaayu xale yooyu Yoff moo ko jëkk organisé dans la presqu'île du Cap-Vert en 1606.
En 1606.
C'est ça.
And in 1606. In 1066 is at that time that Yoff have an organization that they call Fare. And Fare mean those guys who are the police, the gendarme, and the custom of the village. So a village who have organization like that, he's never gonna want to be in another village operation.
donc seen organisation boobu petit à petit muy màgg di màgg ba 1748 ci la ñuy door a am armée totale boo xam ne bi Yoff am na ko ci ay xale.
And then it's in 1748 that over time that Yoff this organization came big.
ñu am organisation boo xam ne bi kenn amu ko dans la presqu'île du Cap-Vert.
And they have a very big organization that any village at the almost island of Cape Verde doesn't have.
te organisation boobu ba léegi moo fi ne Yoff ba léegi moo gën organiser les pays de la presqu'île du Cap-Vert les villages.
And that organization is still here, and Yoff is the most village. It's the village who have the most good organization of the whole Lebu's village at the almost island of Cape Verde.
parce que li tax loolu moo di lébu toujours organisation yam mu ngi ko teg ci wàllu ndey maanaam côté ndey.
Yeah, why? Because right now the Lebus they always are making organization, for example, with those guys who have a same mom.
te lébu moom lépp loo xam ne li mu ko teg ci côté ndey loolu du ko perdre du ko rëcc.
And
bu xam-xam.
If Lebu have been making organization and then they said no, they only gonna elect those guys who are same mom, so they never gonna lose it.
Que seen biir organisation boobu tax na doole ji ñu amoon ñu teel am indépendance dans la péninsule du Cap-Vert.
Is that organization that they have with those guys who are same mom or who the mom are same mothers, who are cousin, like in a mom side, they still have that organization. So this is why they was not so powerful at the almost island of Cape Verde.
Donc loolu bokk na ci li tax Yoff am indépendance.
So this is one of the reasons why Yoff have independence.
Vis-à-vis du Kayor.
Between Kajoor.
Beneen bi aussi mooy moom laa lay bëgg a wax.
So and then the next one, he's the one who's going to.
xam nga dëkk su organisé woo dafay naqadee duma.
Usually, for example, if a country is very organized, it's not easy to operate them.
Parce que Kajoor ba muy songa Yoff boobu fekk na Yoff aussi am na nekk na une république.
Because when Kajoor was fighting Yoff, at that time Yoff was already a republic.
am na président muy Jaraaf boobu jamono.
At that time they have a president and it's called the Jaraaf.
am na Ndeye Jiré muy premier ministre.
They have Ndeye Jiré is called the first minister.
man na nekk aussi maire indigène. maire.
And they used to have a mayor.
ñaar rôle yooyu la yor Ndeye Jiré premier ministre maire indigène.
And then Ndeye Jiré have two responsibility. It's called the first one is the first minister and then the next one is mayor.
ñaari rôle yooyu yëpp mën na ko ne moom Ndeye Jiré.
So the Ndeye Jiré have these two responsibilities.
donc Yoff boobu jamono amoon nañu saltige.
And at that time Yoff they have a saltige.
muy ministre de la défense.
It's the defense minister.
ministre de la sécurité.
And the security minister.
élevage.
And the
élevage mooy maanaam sàmm gi.
And the minister of the élevage is the one who are the minister of the animals like
agriculture
and the agriculture minister
ak pêche
and the fisher minister.
yooyu yëpp saltige moo ko yoroon.
And those responsibility was the responsibility of the saltige.
muy nit koo xam ne ki aussi rôle bu mag la amoon booba jamono.
And at that time the saltige was a very important man and has a very big responsibility at the Lebu's community.
muy poste boo xam ne daawuñu ko fal ku amul vision.
And it's a responsibility that they're not gonna give it to somebody who doesn't have a vision.
di nga am vision 2 ans di nga wax loo xam ne lii 2 ans mu ngi ñëw nit ñi toog jàpp ko idd.
When they said somebody who doesn't have vision, it means somebody who always said something something is happening in the future, maybe 2 years before. He can be someone who can tell people something that is going to happening in 2 years before.
parce que booba jamono Sénégal dafa laajoon loolu nag saltige.
Because at that time they need that in Senegal.
parce que booba Sénégal régulier wul ndax ku ëpp sa morom doole duma.
Because at that time Senegal was not regular. It was not. I mean, it was so many confusion in Senegal. Because, for example, if one village or one region was more powerful than the other region, they almost gonna fight them.
dëkku jën la woon ku mën sa morom rek jàpp.
It's like a fish country. Yeah. The most bigger and snake one can eat the other one.
kon ci année yooyu rafetoon na ñu am un savoir.
So this is why at that time they need someone who can see and tell something who's coming on the future.
bu ko defee kenn duñu bette pour guerre ak ñun.
So then they know they always gonna be ready before something happening in the future.